am really proud of our football team and happy with what they did today, because we talked all week about focusing on the details and the execution, and then taking that work that we did and applying it on Saturday. And I felt that they did that today. And the other topic we've been talking about is playing full 60 minutes. Anybody says that, but you have to act that. You have to not worry if things don't go well. And when they didn't go well today, we kept our head and we kept playing. And so I'm proud of our guys for that, and they deserve this victory.
The fourth down play that they had, really the stock seemed to start kind of turning things around. Just how did you like that next play mentality and just the ability to just overcome?
It was a big play when you're cutting plays and cutting momentum, and there are momentum swings, and it's part of the game, and it's part of human nature. And I was happy for it, and I thought it was a big part of the game, but it's not the only, and it was one part of it. And I thought our guys played for 60 minutes, and at one point it looked like maybe the older guys or starters wouldn't have to, but they did a good job. Took the ball down and scored there at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. But our offense responded, so I'm happy for our guys for that.
Obviously, you had a very good rushing attack. All four of your running backs averaged over 10 yards per carry. Did you see something specifically in the game plan against New Haven that you saw that you could be able to exploit in the run game?
Well, I think, teams have to get the right fits with their safeties, and our receivers did a good job getting down and getting in their way for their fits. But listen, the offensive line had a commitment to run the football. They worked really hard. They might tell you I challenged them a little bit in a certain way, and so they responded to it, and I'm happy they did. They have an excellent coach. They were very well prepared. I think our backs were hungry for it too. So we were committed to doing that, and they did an outstanding job.
After another semi-frustrating game against an FBS opponent, what did it feel like to finally be back at home and take on someone that you guys felt like you had a very good chance of beating this week?
Yeah, we talked last week about it was a tough 4-game stretch, and the fact that you had an FBS, and then you had a Division II team that we played here at home, and then you had a top 10 FCS team, and you had Akron. Like, it was a tough 4-game stretch, and I don't know anywhere in there we really knew who we were. Like we talked about, we only played half or three-quarters of games in most of those games, except for the Lehigh game. So, when you get to that fourth game, that Akron game, and, they played really well and we didn't play very good, and that happened, we just all had a little heart-to-heart conversation, captains, staff, team, and said, well, that's gone, it's in the past. Let's follow what we always preach, and let's just move forward. And it was great to get back here to play a team, like this, that's joining our conference, has a great history and tradition in Division II. I mean, they're in the national playoffs, all the time, and so they're going to build into this. So it's a good football team.
3 interceptions, including the 2-point conversion. Just what was it like seeing that? Obviously, a continuation on one with Jabari playing center field and then running it all the way back, and then literally playing center field and running it the whole distance back. Just how happy were you with those efforts?
Yeah, it's great to see the guys being opportunistic because they work so hard, and I think there's been times in the past that we've been in the right places but haven't come up with the catch. And so now we're showing that we actually can take advantage of doing the right things and being opportunistic.
You talked about the offensive line, and talking to Ness after, he said immediately when he broke one off, the first thing he wanted to do was go thank the offensive line. When you have just that kind of buy-in, just what does that say about your side?
Oh, I think it's great. Those guys work really hard together, the running backs and the offensive line, and both their coaches do a great job. Hunter Geisel's our run game coordinator and tight end coach, which is a big part of our run game. So they've been working really hard, and it's paid off. And so, yes, Ness is appreciation of those linemen. Taj does the same thing. Sean's the same way. There's a good connection there with those guys.
Ness's stride when he runs, when he gets going, almost feels like a gallop too. Just kind of a throwback running back in a sense. They're just, how proud does that make you seeing when he has that gallop? You know he has it going.
Yeah, I'm happy he's getting comfortable with the offense because we knew he was a talented kid. We knew he could run. He's shown some hip movement that maybe we didn't totally know that he had. It's impressing us, you know, because like his last school he was at, he was playing linebacker. So we know he's a physical kid, and he does run hard. So we're just happy for his success.
Joey with another 3 touchdowns, just that's a career high for him, and now he's 3 yards away from 2,000 lifetime. Seems like the accolades keep coming. Just what kind of accolades can you just say about a kid that just continues to bring his lunchbox every 60 minutes?
Just any accolade he gets, he deserves. Every single one of them. He works his tail off. He's quiet, doesn't say much, just goes to work. I mean, he's working all week in practice. He works to exhaustion, and we get him out for a couple plays and give him a break, get some other guys some reps, but that's why he's so good.
Zach mentioned all 3 of Rydell's touchdowns today came to Joey Isabella. What have you seen from those 2 as their relationship starts to grow throughout the season?
I mean, I think Tyler said from the day he got here he had a relationship with Joe, and I think it's great, and it's continuing to develop. You know, part of that is, you know, the way Coach Doria schemes it up too. If you were calling plays, you'd probably try to get Isabella open, you know. But it's really good that they have that relationship and that connection going.
Yeah, Coach, that 2-point play where DJ jumped the route, took it to the house. What was the sideline reaction like in a pretty unusual play?
I think they were excited. I think there was probably a lot of guys on the team that weren't sure what that is, you know. I'll be honest with you, we talk about scoring off of that play, but I don't know that I've ever said how many points you get and what the situation is, you know. But I think the guys were really happy because obviously it's a big pick 6.
Coach, wrapped up non-conference play now. As you mentioned, you've played a lot of different teams from FBS to different levels of FBS, FCS, Division II. What did you learn most about your team during this non-conference stretch?
I think they are a very, very competitive team that at times get a little frustrated in a good way. They challenge each other. They challenge themselves personally, and I think that's going to lead to continued progression to be really good. They show some signs of frustration, but if we can get them channeled in the right way, which I think they are, it'll be good for us.
And last thing, I mean, that kind of leads into conference play. What do you have to do this week to continue the momentum and be ready for Sunday?
Focus the way we did last week. We were dialed in mentally and just really focused. I'm telling you, it's a week that complete through the week, they were dialed in. And sometimes it's hard to do that. You know, Monday, Tuesday, the game's still a couple days away, you're recovering. But if we do that, we'll give ourselves the best chance, and I like those chances.
All good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.